What is going on with y'all, man? It is Black Balloon, and we are coming back with another video, so y'all already know what's going on. All right, y'all. Now, in this video, just like we did when Jaguar Wright did her most recent interview, we got to do about one or two videos reacting to Orlando Brown. Now, the same podcast or YouTube channel had Orlando Brown sit on their couch, and y'all know how it is with Orlando Brown. He had a very interesting interview. He talked about a lot. It was over 2.5 hours. Obviously, we're not going to react to the entire interview, but I did pick out a couple of clips that I want to react to, get y'all opinions on, and just talk about it. He was, of course, all over the place, you know, in his own way. We already know how Orlando Brown is. We even talked about him a little bit from the Jaguar Wright interview because she mentioned that he was, quite possibly playing the best role he's ever played, which is to make himself seem crazy to escape, the lifestyle that he's been living and also telling the truth that he's been telling in order to really keep himself alive. And in this interview, he said a lot, man. He said a lot. So I'll probably do one or two videos to just react to the things that he was talking about. Just because anytime he always comes out, I like to get him on the channel and react to what he has to say, because me personally, I've been a fan of how he chooses to, you know, talk about truth. The way that he uses things and he says that, this person is that person, Diddy is my auntie or Diddy is Whitney Houston. It's very interesting on how he talks about things, because a lot of it has deeper meaning than we may know. And we'll use this video to try to dive into the mind of Orlando Brown. So with that being said, y'all, we'll go ahead and check out this first clip, and then we'll come back and talk about it a little bit more. Check this out.
Saw with Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith.
Embrace nothing on that. Embrace nothing on that. You've seen two men that love each other. Those are two females in a man's body. Now, when you can put life on top of death, that means that you have to understand life and death, right? Okay.
Sure.
So, let's say that these two females kissed each other and nobody understood it, Cher and Beyonce. I saw Cher and Beyonce kissing. I didn't see what you just said.
Kissing or kissed? Like kissing is different than kiss.
Oh yeah. Well, kissed is what we did, in London, Japan. A kiss. And then because we kiss, it's more like, oh, okay. Dude, I'm Illuminati to the core. to the core, bro. I'm not gonna play with this game that we're playing. It's like, bro, they shouldn't have kissed.
So Bieber was grinded on from behind, outside of a kiss.
Shouldn't have did none of that. You're asking me about secret homosexuality.
So should people be aware cameras are on? Like cameras are on.
Jaden Smith is gay.
Oh.
His first lover was Tyler, the Creator. We all know he got mad when Tyler, the Creator, cheated on him. He got out there, and then Will was like, nigga, you're my son, bro. You can have your feelings, but you can't be out here like that. He stopped it, shut it down. Dig it? This is not for people to take lightly. If you're gonna be homosexual, be homosexual. You're gonna be a thug, my nigga. It's gonna take a lot more than Tupac.
All right, let's go and do it like this then. Let's elephant in the room. Diddy. He has a case in which Cassie come forward saying freak-offs are a thing now. And he's masturbating to men sleeping with his woman or his object, I guess. How he
You talking about my best friend.
Oh, shit.
You talking about things I I have to give you. Oh, that's cute. Okay. Well, Diddy is Coretta Scott, aka Janet Jackson. Nobody's going to jail. What? Janet Jackson. You know, in this world of trans, right? Nigga, Diddy is Janet. Who the fuck want to play with Janet? Nobody want to play with that. So that's why we're not going to jail. Now, the same thing with R. Kelly. Okay. You want Gabrielle Union to go to jail for 30 years? You want Gabrielle Union to go to jail for 30 years when they've been fucking her?
So
I mean, in this world of trends that we live in, it should have been just kings and queens. Now we added TRANS. Don't fuck with me if you don't want to get the truth. The truth is, these niggas be lying on themselves, bro. They don't want to be known as the chameleons they are.
Now, this is why I said it would be interesting to go into the mind of Orlando Brown with this interview, because based off what he just said as he ended that clip, this is where a lot of people get confused and, you know, they just chalk up Orlando Brown to what he's talking about being crazy, because you hear him saying stuff like Diddy is Coretta Scott, a.k.a. Janet Jackson. He said nobody's going to jail. And he also said R. Kelly is Gabriella Union. People look at it on the surface, you know, because he's not saying that, you know how like people would be like, you know, people wearing masks in the industry and this person could be that person. Like a lot of people used to be like Mac Miller is the rapper Caskey, or if that's his name. I can't remember if that's his name exactly, but which some of that stuff could be true as well. But what I really feel Orlando Brown is talking about is soul transfer, like the movie Get Out, destiny swapping. You know, you could look at it either way. There's two different. Now, it's not, Orlando Brown is not telling us what he's meaning by this. So it's kind of like left up to us to decipher. You can think about it as, okay, Gabriella Union is doing the same things that R. Kelly did. You know, Coretta Scott, Janet Jackson were on the same kind of shit as Diddy. Because we all know, if you really do your research, the Kings, they were not what you thought. They were involved with the Rothschild. They got involved in things that maybe they didn't know they should have been getting involved in back then. But that's a whole nother topic. So you could look at it as, you know, because Gabriella Union has this whole thing with Dwayne Wade and what they did to their child and the TRANS, the whole trans movement, all that good stuff. You could look at it as these people are doing the same things as Diddy, as R. Kelly, but they're not being caught for it. They're not being put out there for it. Or what I'm really more thinking it is one thing you got to notice about Orlando Brown, he uses the word we a lot. So it sounds like Orlando Brown also experiences demonic attacks, aka familiar spirits that are speaking through him, which is why he uses we. So I feel he's really talking about soul transfers, mind transferring the consciousness, and these familiar spirits and these demonic spirits basically being in all of these people, and they are achieving the same thing. They're taking over these same bodies. They're doing the same thing across the entire industry. That's why Diddy is, you know, Janet Jackson. That's why R. Kelly is Gabriella Union. And then he said, don't mess with me if you don't want the truth. Call these people chameleons. What is that? That's a shapeshifter. They shapeshift. Y'all got to remember, he talks about this kind of stuff a lot. And it really made sense. It hit people when Jaguar Wright was like, yo, he's playing the biggest role he's ever played in order to protect himself while telling the truth. Because think about it, you've never heard anyone talk like Orlando Brown. But look at his face. Go back and watch that clip. Look at his expression when he says Diddy is Coretta Scott, aka Janet Jackson. Look at his face. That's a face of, man, I'm tired of trying to tell y'all this the way I can tell y'all this without really saying it. It's all in the body language. Now, what they say, body language can be pseudoscience, but it's really worked on with the FBI and the CIA. They really use body language to see if, like, suspects are lying, this and that. But I believe in it. And you can really tell how someone actually feels about something through facial expressions and body language. And he almost looked like he's tired of telling the truth this way, or, explaining it the best way that he knows how in order to keep it, keep himself where he is. But that's why I said I think he's also experiencing those demonic attacks. He may also have some of those familiar spirits inside of him as well. And they speak through him. That goes back to that video I did with Kevin Gates and that fan. Y'all remember that video? Where she had a familiar spirit talking through her on live with Kevin Gates. Because he said a lot in that. Even going back to the Jaden Smith and, Justin Bieber thing. I didn't want to touch too much on that one, but, it kind of went with what he said. He said that those were two girls in men's bodies. So y'all see, he talks about this a lot. Like, I really feel like he really has a lot of deep stuff about the industry most people are not willing to say. And Orlando Brown has really seen a lot of it. He's been in it since he was a kid, y'all. Said Justin Bieber and Jaden Smith are two women in men's body. What does that mean to y'all? And then I think we all knew about Jaden Smith and Tyler, the Creator. Jaden Smith said it himself that was his boyfriend. It was like 4 or 5 years ago, I think, at Camp Flognaw, however you say that. And so, y'all, with that being said, I think we'll go ahead and jump into this next clip. He kind of continues on the same line of the last clip that we just showed, although this is a different section of the interview. So, y'all, check this out.
People be speaking Jaguar right, but they don't know that they speaking Jaguar right. They speak Mary Magdalene and don't even know it. And that's the cute part, It's called truth. If you gonna be with the truth, because it's gonna come with a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be here at what time? Today actually. I was supposed to be here like hours ago. Bro, they hit me up, did some more shit. You're gonna show it, and then some more shit. Bro, I don't have to play games. When you're going to do God's work, there are the other people that are on that side that will stop you, because it has nothing to do with what you say, what you're going to do, right? Everything is based off of the people that have already died. That's why Illuminati is supposed to be so real. So you get $1 million, bend over a couch, and then next thing you know, niggas is all right. Right? No, it ain't like that. Because then you have rules. You're not supposed to give over $500,000. You have 7 years to use this money. Oh, don't stop me. It's more like you have a time span for this. That's why Drake is on, but Pac is not. Tupac is Drake. I don't want to do this to y'all, but Tupac is Drake. Tupac is Drake, and you niggas want to motherfucking listen to the record and not listen to the record? Nigga, Tupac is Drake. How can you sue a man that's not dead? He's been that nigga, brother. But don't nobody want to say that Tupac is Drake.
Now, that clip goes back to what I said. Nobody talks about it the way Orlando Brown talks about it. Now, if y'all notice something, right? He said everything is based off the people that are already dead. He's talking about the industry. He's talking about Hollywood, filming industry, music industry, all of that. That's why he said the illuminated ones are supposed to be real. Then went on to say, you know, you get bent over a couch and then you get handed $1 million. It's like, nah, it don't work like that. Because everything has rules. Can't spend a certain amount of money. Can't give money away. Why y'all think all these rich multimillionaires, billionaires, Oprah, all this, why y'all think they don't feed people who need the money? Why y'all think Jeff Bezos' wife got all that money and giving it away to nonprofits and all these different organizations? Why y'all think she not just handing it out to people? Because they're not allowed to. It's not their money really to begin with. So he's giving you direct insight without telling you. Now, I want y'all to notice something. If you pay attention and you listen to what he's saying, everything is based off the people that have already lived. What is he talking about? He's talking about trading spirits. The same thing. This is really what he's trying to tell people through these like cryptic little coded ways that he talks. The next clip he's gonna go into it even more. But look, look, think about this. This is why I pulled this picture up from that Tasha K interview. Y'all remember that, right? Look, I'm not even gonna tell you. We're gonna watch a piece of that clip really quick from the Tasha K thing. You will better understand what he's talking about when saying everything is based off people that have already lived. Look, just for context, we'll watch this again for those who may have not seen it. Check this out.
This industry, what you must understand is, when you do sell your soul, you are allowed to live forever. And these people that are called youngins, rookies, new booties, like I was, had no idea that these people still live. They will prey, haunt, kidnap, anything to stay on top. This is their world. They have nothing but time, is what they believe.
Now, who are we talking about?
We're talking about everyone that's supposed to be dead. Like there is
in
a
the
world,
industry.
In the industry.
Okay.
When you walk around with the fake face and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna open up. It's like this is not. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that since World War I, we've been taught by the Indians and all this other shit how to take skin people and wear their faces to infiltrate the families and this, that, and the other.
Do you believe in what you're saying is true? Do you believe that there's truth and consequences?
I believe consequences are the truth.
Oh.
That's the difference between you and I.
Wow. Talk to him.
I believe consequences are the truth. There's consequences to the choices that we make in our little bodies.
Yeah.
That's how God's able to be you and you and you and even you and even you. If you're lazy at your job, someone has to pick it up. There are certain people that are skinwalkers. There are certain people that are definitely mimics. Certain people love to watch you fail. Certain people will die to watch you fail. It's a given notion that nobody knows the potion. If you're gonna sip something like water. Hold it close to you. Mind your business. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to get into some business, have some Hennessy. Have some fucking Cavassier. If you want to get into where you want to go fast, there are spirits to help you, is what I'm saying.
I see.
If you want to be a spirit, fine. We have ways to turn you into a spirit.
What's the spirit that's been most helpful to you in your journey?
Me.
Now, did y'all catch that? This goes back to what I said in the beginning of the video with the familiar spirits thing. He said, if you need help getting somewhere fast, drink some Hennessy, drink some Cavassier. These spirits can help you get to where you want to be. He said, if you need, if you want to be turned into a spirit, it's like he mocked it. We can help you turn into a spirit. That's not a problem. Notice he said, we. Who is Orlando Brown referring to when he says we? Did you see the way his face lit up? This is why I said I believe Orlando Brown may have those familiar spirits inside of him. To me, that was the spirit responding. And the spirit got bright. He said, we can turn you to a spirit. That is not a problem. And did you see that face at the end? The guy asked the question, what spirit has been most helpful to your life? The spirit responded and said, me. It almost makes you feel like that's not Orlando Brown talking. That's the familiar spirit that hosts Orlando Brown's body. We have to consider that. Now, I played that part from Tasha K because this stuff is deep. This is not a game. A lot of y'all may think this is a game. This is not a game because this stuff is really happening. And that's why I wanted to talk about this, because in that piece with Tasha K, he explained it so the average person could understand it. He said, we didn't know, when these people sell their souls, they're allowed to live forever. He was like, youngins, new booties, people that are new to this stuff, we didn't know that they were going to live forever. Then went on to talk about the skinwalkers, which he just mentioned again in this recent interview. Went on to say that they're wearing these people's faces. This is what we were talking about earlier, saying that this could very well be possible as well, along with, transferring consciousness. Because it's one of the two or it's both. And this kind of almost goes back to what he was saying with Tupac and Drake, saying that Drake is Tupac, Tupac is Drake, whatever. Because y'all got to remember something. Everybody knows real life is way more stranger than fiction. How many times do we have to say this? How many times do I have to tell y'all, you cannot imagine what goes on in this world? You couldn't write it down and make the best movie in your life. You couldn't imagine what really goes on. We can't even make, we can't even create fiction to be this evil, this eerie, this just wow. We can't even create it. And I feel like some of this stuff that he says is the dead truth, y'all. And it feels crazy when you really sit down and listen to it. And listen to what he's saying. Because I know it's not me. I'm not the only one that's really paying attention and like, yo, this, I think this is what's really going on. Everything is based off the people that are already dead. It's a cult. It's magic right in front of your eyes. These people are still running Hollywood. That's what he's telling you. That's the inside. That's it right there. They're still running the show. That's why he said they will do anything. Rob, kidnap, do anything because they believe they have all the time in the world. Like he said, they have nothing but time. They believe. They don't, whether they believe God is coming back or not, that doesn't move them. That's why CERN is here. CERN is to try and create what started this world and also create a world outside of time. That's the goal of these spirits and the devil. That is the goal. That's why they will do anything to stay here. Host different bodies as much as they can. A legion of these familiar spirits. This is what we are dealing with. Principalities in high places. And that's the truth. And on that note, we're going to go ahead and end this video. This will be part 1 reacting to the latest interview with Orlando Brown. I will have another one coming just because he talked about a lot that wasn't, really a quarter of the interview, but those were very interesting clips, and it's not the first time he said any of that stuff. So hope y'all enjoyed that video. For the people that haven't seen it, or seen much about Orlando Brown, hope y'all learned something new from this. Please let me know what y'all think in the comments about all this stuff. And with that being said, it's Black Balloon, and I'm going to see y'all soon. I'm out.